EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. The City of Angels showing it can be loud and raucous. This was the scene a moment ago as the home squad emerged from the tunnel. They're ready for football and ready to watch their Rams do battle with Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll be brought down at the 23. Make it the 24-yard line. The former Indiana Hoosier here, Tevin Coleman, takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They run the play fake to Coleman. Now Ryan steps away to his left. Getting it out left side to Sanu. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it. He got 29 yards that time. So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 46. Coleman now. It's the Pro Bowl corner, Aqib Talib there to stop him.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run.
Let's go. Left.
On 2nd down, Ryan. And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he's taken down inside the 30. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a 1st down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
58. Hey, express. Hey, wait. Let's go.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. This one caught by Ridley. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Just the first quarter, but tackling going to be so important going forward. They've got to limit plays like that.
And that's something when you see it happen early in the game and they don't get him on the ground,
39.
you can always tell that they were concerned about it going in. Because I can just tell you from my days, I remember being in college and worrying all off-season about our season open opponent, and they had a receiver that could shake and bake with the best of them. I tackled him on the first pass of the game, and the relief was incredible. Ended up having a pretty decent ball game. But if I'd missed him, it would have been a long night.
Get up! Gun. Left!
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tevin Coleman taking it in from 4 yards out. And the Falcons take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Bosher to kick it away. Goff will lead the Rams up here first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Cut! 180! Merlin!
Here's the first carry now for Todd Gurley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A Ram first down as Goff finds Kupp. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Justin Hardy deep for Atlanta. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. The Atlanta Falcons, Charles, with that loss last week against New Orleans, they're now knocked out of the division race. It would have been a long, tough road regardless. But with all the injuries they've had on defense, and we've discussed this, it was going to be a tough stretch for them anyway.
It certainly was, because despite those injuries, despite the fact key players weren't on the field, they still moved the ball pretty darn well. They ended up losing 3 fumbles inside the Saints' 20, 4 turnovers overall. That's what cost you a chance to win a ball game, because they played them pretty tough, just hurt themselves when they had an opportunity to get the ball in the end zone.
And Matt Ryan, their leading rusher, with only 16 yards. The team had 26 rushing yards combined.
Say that one more time. Who was the leading rusher?
Matt Ryan.
That tells you all you need to know about that game.
Here's Coleman. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving.
And down he goes on the pressure from the Rams defense. Mark Barron able to drop him for a loss of a couple. Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12.
Gun! Hey, gun! Wait! Gun! Right!
Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard, and you probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Right. Gun.
Coleman. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Ryan on second down. And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down. Aaron Donald in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8. So the sack pushes him back, and now 3rd and long for Ryan and the Falcons.
Swipe. I got two.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. He's got Sanu. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Right.
Throwing again. Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Right back to him on 1st down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We're back to the City of Angels after this timeout. On 2nd down, here's Ryan. Flushed out right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
Get up! Hey, express!
3rd and long. It's Ryan. good. It's Hooper for the Falcon touchdown. Austin Hooper from 17 yards out. And the Falcons will add on to their lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And it's now 14-0. Here's Bosher to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The L.A. Rams in the midst of their open week right now, coming off one of the most exhilarating football games in the NFL we've seen in a while, that 54-51 victory over Kansas City.
And think about everything that went into that victory, because it was a game that the whole league and anyone who likes football couldn't wait to see. It was supposed to be...
And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Vic Beasley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
5. Hard ball.
A shotgun snap for gone. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's third.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Check down. 11. Watch the screen. Louis.
A play fake to Gurley. Now gone. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Kupp. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Goff on first down. Throw left side complete. It's Reynolds. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Throwing again is gone. Buying time to his left. And that's caught inside the 30. A gain of 32 that time.
In our pregame meeting, all they talked about was keeping him hemmed in and wanting him to make his throws from the pocket, because they knew he was pretty dangerous if he got outside, and he just showed it right there. Pretty good arm, too.
Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And Zerline's kick is good. And they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10.
Watch the curl. Gun. Hey, South. Hey, alert 3.
Final play of the half. It's Ryan. He's going to air one out. And incomplete on the deep ball. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. So we have reached halftime now with the visiting Falcons out on top. The Rams offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there.
But
this
you're going to do that?
I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. Just a gain of a yard there, and now he's third down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, they'll run it with Gurley. Good move by Gurley. And he takes this thing way down into Atlanta territory. A big run there by Gurley. 56 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
We're good. We're good. 5. 5. Let's go. 12. Let's go. Any day. Hardball. Hardball. Hardball.
From the red zone now, Goff. And avoids the contact by sliding. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on first down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable second and short.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go. Here we go. Listen.
Now Goff will hand this one to Gurley. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a third and about 3 to go.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The Rams on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick up the first with Gurley. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see-ball.
Kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them.
The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. Touchdown, Falcons. As his guys are in for 6, and the Falcons will extend their lead.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times when they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The Rams offense now making their way out to take over. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, that incompletion has me thinking. The Phillip Rivers last week, I know you saw this. You were working, but he only threw one of those that we just saw. One incompletion the entire game. His first 25 passes were complete.
It was so much fun because I actually saw a highlight, cut up that put all of them together, one after the other. 25 straight. Mark Brunell had the record previously, 22 straight for Washington in 2006. He goes 28 of 29. And I don't know about you, but that almost sounds more impressive than if he's totally perfect for the day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's got that one
weird,
blemish, right?
That one blemish really sets it apart and lets you know what he did. 96.6 completion percentage. Good luck trying to break that record, people.
Throw complete right side to Cooks. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. It's another 10 yards on that one and another first down. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
Gurley again here on first down. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
All right. Come on now. Done. 180. We're good. We're good. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Back-to-back one-yard runs here, so that leaves them with a third down and 8.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
5.
Throwing on third. Goff. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. That one goes for 24 yards. And in a two-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score. And the Rams are able to cut into this lead.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
Yeah, it worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. This is Coleman, and he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. On 3rd down, Ryan escaping the pressure right. It fights him off, and he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags, and I believe this is going to be a 1st down. Wow, a personal foul at this stage in the 4th. Hard to believe. Really hard to believe, and now that glow of hope that you had begins to flicker out, doesn't it? Yep. Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10.
39.
Here's Coleman on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. And they'll run it here. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it. Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out. Fielded about a yard deep. And an alley to run. He's at the 50, 30, past the 20, 10. And he's taken it all the way back for the return touchdown. Game just got a little crazier. They're still alive here in the final stages. So you're saying there's a chance. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Hardball. Check safety, check safety. Mike's 4-2, Mike's 4-2. Starting left here. 14.
He's back to throw. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points. It gets them back within a field goal. So they got their touchdown. Now down a field goal. Here comes the onside kick. And a good job here by the Falcons. Their hands team able to recover it. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though, now. This one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
3 down. Let him go.
And they take a knee.
Hey, let's go. No. 3 down. Let him go. Blue, ladies. Key 26. Let him go.
The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. Well, taking that knee, maybe just a sigh of relief. They withstood a big fourth quarter comeback.
Hey, let's go.
Able to hold on, though.
Certainly looked like they had things going their way, didn't it, in the fourth quarter? They had to just hold on. As you said, furious assault on them, but they were able to get it done, take a knee, and head to the locker room with a win.
A road win in the National Football League. Charles, you never take that for granted no matter who you're playing, no matter where you're playing.
You take it and you run with it. And you know you primed the pump all week in your own home facility. No one thinks we can do this. Only people who believe are right here in this room. And then you go on the road, band together, and get it done.